The sky above the Middle East is no longer just a canopy of stars, it's a battlefield. In a moment that could reshape regional history, Iran has launched a barrage of drones and missiles directly at Israel. The sirens wail, the ground trembles, and citizens scramble for cover. Tonight is not ordinary. Tonight, history is writing itself in fire and fear. This is a rare, real-time escalation between two bitter rivals, and it's unfolding faster than anyone expected. Just hours ago, Israeli military forces began yet another round of strikes deep into Iranian territory. But this time, Tehran didn't just absorb the hits, it struck back with force. Explosions rocked the Iranian capital as the air defense systems lit up the night sky. The government in Tehran has declared that this is no longer about retaliation. It's about survival, about defining how and when this ends. A senior Iranian security official told Al Jazeera bluntly, "Iran did not start this war, but we will end it." That chilling promise is already taking shape. Iranian military sources have confirmed a large-scale response is now underway, one they describe not as revenge, but as a strategic operation designed to dismantle Israel's military reach. Explosions were reported in Tabriz, Kermanshah, and other key Iranian cities as Israel continued its campaign. But the chilling part? Iran says it's just getting started. Tonight, the sky over Jordan turned into a front line. Missiles streaked overhead, while Jordan's air defenses scrambled to intercept what they could. Live on camera, in a moment that sent shivers down the spine, Al Jazeera's Bernard Smith stood under an eerie, flickering sky in Amman as intercepted rockets shattered overhead. Viewers watched in real time as fireballs lit the night and debris rained down on a city unprepared for war. And while Israel's Iron Dome is intercepting some of these attacks, the sheer scale is unprecedented. Iranian state media claims the next volley will be 20 times more powerful than the last. Meanwhile, Israel has ordered its citizens into shelters, warning that what's coming could strike deeper and harder than before. This is no longer tit for tat. It's the eruption of something far more dangerous. Jordan, a country that had remained on the periphery of this conflict, now finds its skies filled with foreign missiles. And while its defenses have managed to down many of them, the people below, without the protection of bomb shelters like in Israel, are left exposed to the falling debris. In a haunting detail, residents of Amman heard the air raid sirens just moments before the first interception occurred. There was no time. The warnings came only a minute or two before the missiles exploded above them. The message? Shelter where you are, because there's nowhere else to go. Meanwhile, Israeli media remains under strict military censorship. We may never know the full extent of how deeply Iran's missiles struck military targets in Israel. But what's clear is this: the scale, coordination, and ferocity of this assault represent a new chapter in a decades-old conflict. As dawn approaches, the world braces for what might be the most dangerous escalation the Middle East has seen in years. In cities across Israel, civilians huddle in shelters, eyes glued to their phones, waiting for updates, wondering if the next missile will find its mark. Parents cradle their children. Hospitals are on alert. The atmosphere is thick with dread and anticipation. In Iran, the streets are tense, but the tone is different, defiant. From high-ranking officials to everyday citizens, the message is unified. We are ready. Iran's state broadcaster continues to play clips of military preparations, footage of ballistic missiles being loaded, and troops mobilizing. In a chilling speech, the supreme leader warned that this campaign is not about making a point, it's about shifting the balance of power. And while Israel's defense systems have proven formidable, Tehran is betting that sheer scale will eventually overwhelm even the most sophisticated technology. In the heart of Tel Aviv and Haifa, reports suggest explosions have been heard, but the extent of the damage is still unknown. Military analysts say this could be a psychological strategy to keep Israeli citizens in constant fear, to stretch their defenses thin. Israel, for its part, remains steadfast. The government has reaffirmed that any attack on its soil will be met with force. But behind closed doors, there's no denying it. They did not expect this scale of retaliation. Meanwhile, the international community watches with growing anxiety. The United Nations has called for an emergency session. NATO allies are in constant communication. The United States has moved assets closer to the region, but so far has held back from direct involvement. Yet the political pressure is mounting, especially as Iran frames this entire operation as a response to Western complicity in Israeli aggression. In Jordan, citizens are witnessing history firsthand. Never before has their capital been caught in the crossfire of two warring giants. The sounds of explosions, the flashes in the sky, the sudden silence after the air raid sirens, it's a terrifying rhythm that no civilian should experience. Residents are sharing images on social media of fire in the sky, of shrapnel piercing rooftops, of children crying in fear. And it's not just a regional story anymore. Iranian officials are openly challenging the United States, questioning if American taxpayers are willing to bankroll what they call Netanyahu's ambitions for another war. It's a chilling reminder of how close the world is standing to the edge, of how quickly a regional flashpoint can spiral into something much larger. The world watches and waits. Will this spiral into a full-blown war? How far will both sides go, and at what cost? As missiles arc across the night skies and air raid sirens become part of daily life, one thing is certain: this is